Milf's Threesomes 4-pack, books 41 to 44. Milf Erotica Threesome Erotica Anal Sex Erotica Collection. Written by Nicki Menage. Narrated by Kline. Hubby said I could experiment, but not with our neighbor. Milf's Threesomes 41. FFM Lesbian Erotica Threesome Erotica. I've been with my husband for years. To give you some idea, our 19-year-old daughter is already at college. Throughout our entire marriage, I'd always had one lingering thought. What would sex with a woman be like? I'd lived a reserved life. My husband and I had met in our mid-20s and settled down soon after. With my 50th birthday looming on the horizon, I got to thinking about all the things in my life I hadn't done or experienced. For whatever reason, sex with a woman was the one thing that seemed to pervade all others. It was something that had lingered for a long time. I'd had moments in the past where I thought something might happen, but I'd always caught myself before it did. My husband Hank would never have forgiven me. Or so I thought. It wasn't until one late-night innocuous conversation that I realized a different truth. We talked about the things we'd wanted to achieve before our 50th birthdays. I was 6 years away, and I felt as though I still had a lot to cram in.
With Jan at college, we have more time and opportunities to do everything you've ever wanted, honey,
Hank said.
Trust me, Lisa. We're gonna finish our lists.
I feel like I've barely started.
Okay, let's start with the biggest one. Your biggest goal or regret. Something we can change right now. Let's hear it.
I looked up into Hank's eyes and wondered if he really wanted to hear it. He sat beside me, hopefully urging me on.
Come on, he said. Anything.
I began, but I didn't have the strength to continue. Hank set his hand on mine and looked me in the eye.
Anything, honey. I'll support you.
Hank always did. That was one of the things I loved about him, which is why the next part was so hard. I've always wondered, I said, struggling. He gripped my hand tighter. I've always wondered what it might be like to be with a woman. Hank stared at me for a moment or two. You know, I added, hoping for a response.
I'm certainly not going to stop you,
Hank said eventually, and he gave a warm smile that let me know he meant what he said. Really?
Honey, if you think being with a woman might help you in some way, then I'm here for it. It's actually kind of hot.
Hank, I cried, mock shocked. He started to laugh.
The thought of you with another woman, I won't say I haven't dreamed it up before.
Oh, really? Have anyone in mind for me? Hank's eyes shifted.
No,
he answered, but I didn't feel that same truth as before. Sure?
I'll let you know, he said. I always found Alice quite cute.
Alice was a friend of mine from college. We went way back. No way, I said. Sorry, but no way. I've known her decades. She's off limits.
Of course.
So you don't mind?
I can definitely get used to the idea, Hank said. I don't know where you'd do it, or if you'd need some space, or...
I don't think we need to think about those things right away, I told him. But I wished we had. Nothing is imminent. Don't worry.
Phew,
Hank laughed.
Here I was expecting to find you with the male woman one morning.
You like her?
No. God, no. Although, to be honest, the idea of you with any woman is kind of a turn-on.
I'll remember that, I told him. Since he'd granted me permission, I'd been actively pursuing a few interests. I joined a dating app, but the idea of just meeting a stranger for sex was something I couldn't get used to. I actually considered my friend Alice on more than one occasion, but I figured the fallout might be too huge. It seems ridiculous, then, that my eventual choice was our next-door neighbor, Saffron. Saffron was this cutesy young 20-something who somehow managed to afford a place next door. I'd convinced myself her father had paid for it, but wouldn't have been surprised if she was an escort or something. She kept some strange hours, but whenever we'd met, she'd always been nothing but nice.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?